Here's what's happening now. Plenty cold for most of us, but it's going to get even colder, and we've got to deal with snow showers for the drive home. Paula?
Guys, take a look. In this line, kids lined up to eat nuggets. In this line, out the door, kids lined up to eat healthy salads and vegetables. What? Are you serious? Uh-huh.
Also today, 2 people charged in the shooting death of a 13-year-old boy who was just hanging out with friends. Why a grandmother and her grandson are both facing charges.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Karen Drew. We know it gets cold in Michigan, but once again, we are suffering through some bitter cold, or we have been calling it an Arctic assault. First at 4, Ben Bailey standing by with the first forecast. So how bad is it going to get, Ben?
It's going to get colder than this, Karen. We haven't seen the worst of it just yet, but first things first, these snow showers that are developing for the most part north of 8 Mile have dropped visibility. These are some pretty intense squalls, especially this one that's rolling across 23 here south of Fenton. Between there and Heartland, we've got another band that we're watching coming off of 75 around Grand Blanc, so that likely could be slowing down traffic as it continues into parts of Lapeer County in the southern end there. And even though most of that is north of the city, we could see some of those bands develop a little bit further south as we go later into the commute. Current air temperatures for the most part are in the teens, but look at these wind chills close to 0, 1, 4. A respectable 10 in Lapeer and 2 above for the wind chill down in Monroe. So here's the story. We will see negative wind chills tonight. In fact, the range is probably going to be 10 to 20 below. Coldest of the forecast is going to be Friday morning. We'll talk about how low those numbers are going to go. And believe it or not, we'll be shoveling again for Saturday. Snow coming back. We'll talk about how much we're expecting coming up, Karen.
Stay tuned to Local 4 for weather updates, and you can also get the Local Forecasters app to get updates on the go wherever you are 24/7. A Detroit grandmother is now charged in connection with the shooting death of 13-year-old May Watkins. This afternoon, Lise Cox was arraigned on charges of involuntary manslaughter. Prosecutors say on Monday she left her 2 grandsons at her home with an unsecured gun in the house. During that snow day, when Watkins and another boy visited, one of her grandsons pulled out the gun and tried to scare Watkins. Only it went off and Watkins was shot in the back. Cox's 13-year-old grandson is also in custody at this hour, charged with manslaughter. The man who pled guilty in the murder of a Detroit firefighter, David Madrigal, learned today he will spend at least 40 years in prison. Tim Soto was one of the 3 charged in connection with Madrigal's death. He was sentenced today after pleading guilty to second-degree murder. At the sentencing, Madrigal's daughter spoke, telling the judge she and her father had a special bond.
There's no words to explain what the world is missing now. He was 59 and taken way too early. It was a blatant disregard for human life.
Christian Rasnick, who also pled guilty in Madrigal's death, will be sentenced tomorrow. The Secretary of State office over in Redford Township couldn't open today after a U-Haul truck crashed into the front of the building. The truck lost control and slammed into the front early this morning at the intersection of Beach, Daly, and Joy Road. Fortunately, no one was hurt. No word on if that office will be open tomorrow. Salvation Army spreading some holiday cheer over in Dearborn Heights today. The charity has started giving away toys to families in need. These are families that are pre-registered so they can make the holidays a little happier for those families. The Salvation Army expects to distribute more than 55,000 Christmas gifts this year here in Metro Detroit. Interest rates are going up. The Federal Reserve just made that official late this afternoon, raising its benchmark rate by a quarter point. The Fed last raised interest rates in December of last year from a record low near 0 during the Great Recession. The Federal Research also said future increases will likely happen slowly as it continues to monitor the economy. First at 4, we're on top of stories making headlines all around the world. Syrian activists say fighter jets have resumed bombing raids over rebel areas in eastern Aleppo. Both sides are blaming the other for breaking that ceasefire. Tens of thousands of people are trying to get out of the city as the government of President Assad tries to take Aleppo and destroy rebel resistance. The United States has condemned the final assault, but is powerless to stop it. The controversial president of the Philippines says he once cruised the streets of his hometown while mayor looking to kill criminals. President Rodrigo Duterte made those comments while meeting with business leaders about his government's crackdown on illegal drugs. His justice minister says the comments were just an exaggeration, but human rights groups have accused the president of supporting illegal executions in the war on drugs. The Trump transition focuses on technology today, and we haven't seen any major new cabinet appointments. President-elect Donald Trump has invited CEOs from the tech industry to Trump Tower for a meeting. It could be a tense visit, though. Many in the tech sector were outspoken Hillary Clinton supporters. Trump was supposed to have a news conference tomorrow on how he will avoid conflicts of interest with his business empire, but he recently announced that is on hold until January. Here at home, you might not expect teenagers to get all excited about healthier food options, but students at a Detroit school launched their own food fight when they were unhappy with school lunches. Paula Tutman shows us this battle ended with a salad bar celebration.
Okay, so this is going to seem like a trick question, but it's not. Let's just say you're in middle school, right? You're going through the lunch line and you have a choice, nuggets or vegetables. Which one are you going to choose?
Here's a hint, a flurry of activity in the cafeteria kitchen at Nolan Elementary Middle School in Detroit.
Salad, you want to give me salad?
Today is the first day for the newly installed salad bar, an item the children decided they needed after one particularly bad brush with what they call mystery meat 9 months ago.
It was a beef stick, like a Slim Jim.
And I actually took a bite of it. It was very disgusting. It was like so distasteful. It was not good at all.
So young Demario Hill took matters into his own 13-year-old hands. He wrote a letter to the Education Achievement Authority.
I'm contacting you regarding the school lunch program. Lunches are not satisfying. So many students feel the same way.
And the EAA listened.
The EAA administration, they came here, they sat with the children were face to face with them, and they told them, about the lunches and what they wanted to see change in, and they asked for a salad bar.
It took a while to make it happen. Logistics had to be worked out, but at the lunch launch today, while there was a little boredom at the line for nuggets, and the hot sweet and sour entree went nearly untouched, the line for the salad bar was out the door. Seriously, out the door.
As everybody knows, salad is very healthy for you, and the things that they gave us inside the salad was healthy for you.
Salad, cheese, tomatoes, and bread, and some meat.
I mean, it's valuable options inside of the salad.
I think there are a couple of real big takeaways here. First of all, that children do have good ideas, that they should be seen and heard and listened to, and given the choice, you know what? Kids will do the right thing. These kids did. Paula Tutman, Local 4.
All right, thank you, Paula. So when you call for customer service, you don't want to be put on hold. No one likes that, but it does happen. Coming up first at 4, which companies are the worst offenders at making you wait? Also, Dr. McGeorge is here. Hi, Doc.
Hey, Karen, in good health, as if hot flashes and night sweats aren't bad enough, doctors are now talking about another side effect of menopause, what you need to know to fight back.
Up first, the case of the contaminated peanut butter, the biggest criminal fine for food safety, but there's something missing for customers.
What's it like?
A giant food company will pay $11 million in a case involving contaminated peanut butter. You may recall the salmonella outbreak back in 2006 involving Peter Pan brand. At least 600 people got sick in that case all across the country. A unit of the Conagra Food Company will pay the $11 million in fines and forfeiture. The Justice Department says it's the largest criminal fine in a food safety case, but there's no money for any restitution for victims. Let's talk good health. Menopause brings lots of different changes to a woman's body. And now researchers have found one more. Dr. McGeorge is here to break down all these findings.
Well, Karen, we know that the side effects of menopause can be pretty unpleasant, and now there's actually something else to consider. So you've got to understand, first of all, there is a natural decrease in lung function as we age, but researchers tracked over 1,400 women over 20 years as they went through menopause. And what they found was an increase in the decline in lung function as women went through menopause. menopause. Basically, going through menopause decreased lung function in a similar way that smoking would. Notably, though, the effect was even worse for smokers, kind of like a double whammy, which is another reason that women should work to improve their respiratory health as they age.
And new studies today talking about runners' brains and how they're different than non-runners.
Yeah, this is kind of unique, actually. This was a very small study that looked at the brain activity in 11 runners compared to 11 non-runners using special MRI scanners. They found the runners' brains displayed a very different type and number of connections in the brain compared to non-runners, particularly in areas needed for higher level thought. Now, while the study doesn't prove a cause and effect, it's interesting that physical activity is associated with different brain function and could prove useful in maintaining our mental capacity as we age. So it's not to say that everyone needs to run, but physical activity as we age could help our brain maintain better connectivity.
Because studies have shown that that does help despite what exercise you want to put the label on.
Precisely, and I think this is just another piece to that puzzle.
But in a sense, though, I mean, I kind of think about runners, and they do a lot of thinking, because a lot of times runners have a lot of time. I mean, I know that sounds,
well,
I was thinking that that could maybe add.
That's exactly it, but it also may be that people who are running are self-selecting because maybe they're more thoughtful people and they enjoy the meditative aspect of running. Hard to know.
I like that idea. All right. Thank you, Doc.
Sure.
I know you're not a runner, too. No. I know. You and I talk about that all the time. Oh, look at that video. Yikes. It is cold out there. We are shivering here in Metro Detroit, but hey, we could have it worse. Look at the snow pounding parts of Michigan's Upper Peninsula. This video is from near Houghton. The combination of snow and wind causing whiteout conditions. Look at that guy. He's running, Ben. I think he's exercising.
He's going to have a big brain by the time he's done with that, right?
Speaking of runners and thinking, I don't think I would do that.
No, this is...
I mean, there comes a level where it does really get dangerous.
Yeah, it starts burning your throat, the cold air. Well, I'll tell you, I don't want to scare people, but we could be seeing some whiteout conditions in, in very small locations with these bands of snow that we're seeing tonight. So take it very easy tonight and give yourself extra time. But let's fast forward to the weekend, because I know this is on a lot of folks' minds. When we get into late Friday and Saturday, we've got another major system approaching. And even though we're still not sure exactly how much of this is going to be rain, how much is going to be snow, I did want to show you some of the early data that's coming in. And you can see those dark blue shades. So north of Detroit, by the time we get into Saturday morning, there's a good possibility there could be half a foot of snow hanging around in spots. Less than that as you get further south. But also remember that there's going to be a tricky forecast, because we've got rain that's coming in on the back side of this. So it is going to eat away into those totals. Obviously, once we get to the second half of Saturday, we get some warmer temperatures in here. But just so you know, there could be another mess coming for the weekend. Current temperatures outside in the teens, except for 20 in Lapeer and 20 in Pontiac. Wind chills, well, at least they're all positive right now. We don't have any negative wind chills out there just yet. But trust me, we will. In fact, we'll have double-digit negative wind chills once we get into tonight. We are watching those bands of lake effect snow coming in across the state right now. And you can sort of see the winds are more out of the west-southwest. Well, eventually later tonight, we'll see more of a westerly component. So a lot of these bands that right now are in the northern part of the area will sink a little bit further south. Once we get past about 10 o'clock or so, I think we'll start to dry out. However, we still could see one or two of these persistent bands hang on even past midnight. Don't get too caught up exactly where these are showing up here on the model. They could be just about anywhere, but more likely they will be in the southern half of the area once we get later on tonight. And then we'll wake up dry tomorrow. We will also wake up cold. And as you take a look at some of these low temperatures tonight, it is going to be chilly across the area. In fact, we're going to see single-digit lows across the area. Our wind chills tonight are going to be double digits below zero in a lot of locations. And we will be seeing even colder numbers as we get into the start of Friday. So highs tomorrow only making it to 14. And again, we're going to stay below zero for wind chills for much of the day. The good thing is at least we'll see some sunshine as we get through the day. We're not anticipating snow tomorrow. As we get into Friday, we start out dry, and then that's when that big system starts rolling in here. We get snow starting probably in the afternoon or evening hours on Friday, really stacking up late Friday night into Saturday, and then eventually will become rain or a mix, depending on how close that warm air gets to us. Right now, we're calling for a high of 35, and that could obviously change. But man, next week, just no rest for the weary here as we go to the teens for highs, 0 for a low on Monday, and we'll try to recover somewhat as we head towards the Christmas holidays. Wednesday we'll go to 30 degrees. At least we're dry from Sunday through Wednesday of next week, but it is going to be terribly cold for most of this upcoming forecast. Karen?
All right, thank you, Ben. The fight for equal pay in Hollywood is trending this afternoon. Why one actress is reportedly asking for more money than her male co-star. Up first, which company is the worst offender when it comes to putting you on hold? I'll have that answer for you according to one survey. Plus, we've got the company's response. Lots of people talking about that today. Also, as we go to break, take a look at how the markets have closed for the day. As we notice, things are definitely down today. As you recall, the Feds did raise interest rates today. Of course, we'll have to see how tomorrow turns out. You're watching First at 4. We'll be right back. Okay, time now for a look at today's top trending stories. Nobody likes to be put on hold when you're trying to get customer service, but did you ever wonder which company is the worst? A new survey analyzed complaints on Twitter. They came up with a list of offenders, so take a look at this. Coming in at number 3, Bank of America, putting lots of their folks on hold. Coming in at number 2, we're talking about Verizon. Customers there were complaining. I guess telecommunications is the area we found out that has the most complaints in the survey, racking up 32% of negative tweets. Number 1, though, Apple, believe it or not, actually the number 1 offender. Even the authors of the study found that a little surprising. Apple questions the data and says the average hold time this time of year is about 8 minutes, if there is a wait at all.
How many times do you think they say your call is very important to us?
Oh, yeah.
But just hold on a little bit.
I'm not patient. Are you patient?
No, I hang up.
I hang up. I know. I got to work on
patience. Not that important.
This year. Also today, there's a lot of people that are talking about this. This was some sad news that we found out this morning when you woke up, the death of entertainer Alan Thicke. Of course, he is best known as the dad on Growing Pains, but a lot of people didn't realize this, that he actually wrote the theme songs for The Facts of Life and Different Strokes. Thicke died of an apparent heart attack. He was just 69 years old. Many of you left messages on our Facebook page. Beth wrote, I will always remember him as Jason Seaver, one of my favorite sitcom dads of the 80s. Rest in peace, Alan. While Jordan wrote, wow, rest in peace, Mr. Thicke. I grew up with you, and I am just shocked right now. We have lots of celebrities this year. Another viewer wrote, 2016 was cruel in more ways than one. Condolences to the family. I've been typing that phrase all year long. Also trending out of Hollywood this afternoon, this actress, you might know her, Emmy Raceman, is reportedly fighting a pretty big battle for equal pay. She stars in the show Shameless with actor William H. Macy. According to Variety, Rossum asked to be paid the same as Macy, and the show agreed. But now she wants to be paid more than him to make up for those years that she was paid less. The show has been on for 8 seasons. Neither side is commenting this afternoon. And finally, it is awards season, so we're talking about the SAG Awards. Movie lovers love to talk about the Screen Actors Guild nominations, often a preview of the Oscar race. The musical La La Land was actually snubbed in the Best Ensemble category. That's the equivalent of Best Picture. Instead, the drama Manchester by the Sea took the most nominations, including Best Ensemble. The last time a movie won Best Picture at the Oscars without winning the SAG Award first, Braveheart, back in 1996. All right, still to come. These two women first met during a horrible situation. The story behind a remarkable reunion when we come back. Finally, First at 4, one of the worst moments of a woman's life really leads to a remarkable reunion.
Yeah, Barbara Gonzalez apparently had a heart attack and collapsed in an Arizona grocery store. A nurse there saw what happened, started CPR, and called for help. Well, later, Barbara searched for her online and got a chance to thank her in person. Both women very happy to meet again.
The more people contact me, I could just see that this person is an amazing person, and just by the way that people talk about her, that they are so blessed to have her in her life.
Oh, so remarkable, showing how social media can make reunions like this happen. Sometimes, you know what, it is a stranger that surprises you and just kind of turns things around.
It's a cool story, but the thing I noticed the most were the palm trees in the video. I couldn't stop staring at those.
Oh, Ben. Thank you so much for joining us for First at 4. We are back in a half hour with Local 4 News at 5, and I don't think we'll have any palm trees then.
Probably not.
Inside Edition's next.